I am Jen Neal, managing editor of Anaheim Calling on SB Nation. Now, a few of us NHL editors that have been, let's say, unburdened by our teams not making the Stanley Cup final or the playoffs altogether, have decided to put together a video series to introduce you to some of the lesser known Kings and Devils. Now, you're probably asking yourself, why is she wearing those ridiculous glasses? There's two reasons. First, if Carrot Top taught us anything, it's that prop comedy is always funny. And the second reason is that I need to be able to communicate with the bandwagon fans that have just jumped on for LA. Now, anyone that has been to Los Angeles will know that you can't go 3 feet without seeing somebody in these ironic hipster glasses, skinny jeans, which I have on, you can't tell, with their earbuds in their ears and carrying a Starbucks cup. It's got to be a recyclable cup, by the way. And you know, these guys are the ones that have just jumped on the Kings bandwagon. So to introduce them to a player on their new favorite team, I had to make sure I assimilated myself to be one of them. So let me introduce you today to Brad Richardson of the Los Angeles Kings. Of anybody with Brad Richards in their name, he is the least talented. He has scored 5 goals for the Kings and currently resides on the 4th line. He is by no means an offensive threat, and he is no means a defensive threat. He's just that gritty 4th line player that comes in to mix it up. He also gives Kings a little bit of depth, not much scoring, but you know, just gives a rest to the other lines because Daryl Sutter likes to roll 4 lines. There's only one issue, that Richardson's production has tanked since he scored his one and only point in the playoff, a goal in his second game versus Vancouver. And Sutter, or there's a report by Yahoo today that says that he is injured and may not be in the lineup tonight, and taking his place would be Simon Gagne. Simon Gagne has been out of the lineup for a while now with concussion-like symptoms, and he's been given a clean bill of health by the Kings doctors and could be in the lineup in the 4th line for Richardson tonight. This just kind of gives the Kings a little more speed in the 4th line, and you know, Daryl Sutter's trying to shake it up just to counterattack all that New Jersey was able to do in Game 2, even though the Kings won. But there's, you know, something that people don't know, and that is that Richardson, he missed a couple games in the first round, and that was because his appendix exploded. Now, most people think that, you know, appendix explosions come from illnesses or viruses or something, you know, that is medically a reason. And this is not the case, and I'll tell you why. Here, back in the 2010-2011 season, on the very last game of the season, the Kings and Ducks happened to be playing. And towards the end of the game, one Brad Richardson skated up and punched 107-year-old Teemu Selanne in the face. That's right. He sucker punched a senior citizen. So how do you like that? Going for the Stanley Cup is an elder abuser. I just don't know how he lives with himself. And, you know, his appendix couldn't take the guilt anymore and exploded. So hopefully, you know, Richardson saw that, and gave Selanne a call and really apologized for what he did, because he cannot go down in history as a man who likes to beat up old people. That's about it. There's nothing really remarkable about Richardson. He's just there, and we'll see if he even makes the lineup tonight. So, who am I kidding? This is the worst playoffs ever. I am so depressed right now. Whatever. For SB Nation, I'm Jen Neal. Go Devils!